Hello, Coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Chelsea left back Marcos Alonso, as it has been reported that Barcelona are optimistic about signing the Premier League left back on a 3-year deal. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then secondly, talking about this plot twist as Barcelona reportedly want veteran midfielder Miralem Pjanic to continue next season. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Make sure to subscribe if you're a lover of FC Barcelona. Also consider liking this video and please watch it right up to the very end so you get every latest. Barcelona are growing increasingly optimistic about the possibility of signing Chelsea left-back Marcos Alonso, now that Marc Cucurella is all set to move to Stamford Bridge. In a recent update provided by the Spanish news outlet Sport, it has been confirmed that Barcelona's director of football, Mateo Alemany, recently met with the player's agent, Fali Ramadani, in order to discuss a few terms and conditions of the contract. The outlet mentions Alonso will put pen to a 3-year contract and will be employed on a lower pay scale than what he currently earns at Chelsea, like it's been done by several other players on the roster. Alonso too has made an economic effort to become a Barcelona player. For now, while personal terms with the player have already been discussed, there is still no agreement in place with Chelsea. The reason behind their outright demand: as things stand, the Blues are currently demanding at least 10 million or more for that player, Alonso, while Barcelona are trying to finalize a deal for less than 8 million euros. Barcelona are valuing the player at 8 million as they believe it is the right price since the left back only has, one more year left on his current contract with Chelsea as he stands, in fact, pushing for a move himself. Hence, whatever is being done by Barcelona is completely out of courtesy. Now the Blaugrana are indeed cautious about the entire situation, since they also want to lure Cesar Azpilicueta from Stamford Bridge, but there is a feeling of extreme optimism that an agreement for Alonso can be reached. Once there is an agreement in place, Barcelona would want Chelsea to accelerate the entire negotiation, as he has already received a green signal to leave from his current manager Thomas Tuchel. On top of that, it is believed that Alonso also had a word with manager Xavi to understand how he will fit in the Barcelona setup next season. It is a good thing that Barca are feeling optimistic about getting Alonso's deal done in the coming weeks. Alonso's deal have not been an easy one. One can rightly say the deal for Azpilicueta looks somehow realistic and maybe likely to happen compared to Alonso's deal. But getting this report of Barca getting optimistic about the deal to be done, then is something very, very, very good to hear. Of course, his agent Ramadani have been discussing with sporting director Mateo Alemany these past few days to get to terms to discuss on the potential move. Right, Chelsea have just been the stumbling block for this transfer. Chelsea want at least 10 million euros. Barcelona think that 10 million euros is somehow high. They want to give but 8 million. But that is where the problem lies. If Chelsea don't want to accept only 8 million. But when we see Alonso is 31, I mean, his contract expires next year. I think 8 million is still fair. But Chelsea has seen no, they want something higher. That is one of the highest factors that have been delaying these negotiations. And one other thing is the fact that Chelsea haven't got a backup like when it comes to a new left back. But we have been talking about Brighton left back, former La Masia product, Marc Cucurella. From reports that I've been getting lately, Chelsea are in the race. Chelsea are leading the race for Marc Cucurella. Of course, the left back is open to leaving Brighton and Wolverhampton. Man City were the ones strongly interested, but Man City said they will never pay more than 40 million. But Brighton said no way. So Chelsea have offered all the 50 million euros that Brighton have been asking. So the move looks more likely to be in Chelsea's favor. So as it stands right now, Barca are just keeping their fingers crossed for the Cucurella's deal with Chelsea to be closed so that Barca can now, they can easily get Alonso because Chelsea know that they've already gotten their man in left back. So interesting to see what happens when Cucurella completes his deal to Stamford Bridge, because Barcelona, Xavi admires Alonso a lot, and reports are even saying that the manager have even called Alonso already, like how he always do with other targets, to discuss how he works, to discuss how things are like in Barcelona, to discuss tactics, so that why coming you already have that in mind, what you are expected from the manager. So I think there's high optimism as it stands that Alonso's move will indeed materialize. Then on to the next story of discussion. Miralem Pjanic's stance at Barcelona so far has been a largely forgettable one. Signed from Juventus in 2020, the 32-year-old veteran failed to win the fate of then manager Ronald Koeman and spent the entirety of his debut season on the bench. The Bosnian international was then shipped off on loan to Besiktas in Turkey, and of course, as he was no longer part of Koeman's plans, and even though Xavi, took over the reins at the club, Pjanic did not seem like he would have a future at the Camp Nou after a middling spell in Turkey. Indeed, when Pjanic returned for the pre-season camp last month, he was counted among the players who would be sold by Barca. Fast forward 1 month and there is a major U-turn on his situation as the Blaugrana are looking to keep hold of the veteran midfielder. That is according to journalist Ashraf Ben Ayat, who reports that Barcelona no longer want to part ways with Miralem Pjanic and are keen for the former Juventus mainstay to continue at the Camp Nou. This turnaround of fortunes has been brought about by the former AS Roma man's displays in the pre-season matches. Pjanic made an early impression on Xavi and his staff, which earned him a spot on the tour to the United States, and his performance in the friendly against Juventus played a pivotal role. So following which Xavi had launched has lauded him in training, and of course also in press conferences, has seemingly convinced Barca to keep him as cover for captain Sergio Busquets. Reports indicate that the coaching staff have been left pleasantly surprised by Pjanic's tactical understanding and believe that someone like him can add value to the team, especially considering the number of young midfielders at Barca's disposal. Pjanic had reduced his salary significantly last season prior to his loan move to Besiktas, so his wages could not be an issue for Barcelona either. Furthermore, it has been claimed that the 32-year-old is still willing to take further pay cuts in order to continue playing under Xavi. So as things stand, all signs point towards a prolonged stay at Camp Nou for Pjanic, although it does raise question marks over Nico Gonzalez's immediate future at Barcelona. So coolers, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.